Hello and welcome to Zelda Speedruns 3. Today we have another Crossworld Keysanity match for you from A Link to the Past randomizer. And it's going to be a very hype match. It is a winner's bracket round 4 match between Megawott and Kohrek. And tonight I am joined by Jay Coper on commentary. And how are you doing tonight?
I am great. How are you?
Good, and I think I will let you get started. Looks like I need to do a little bit of fixing, but they should be off very soon.
Yeah, it's going to be a great race. Again, we've got two very skilled and experienced cross keys players, as you would expect in round 4 of the winner's bracket. Winner moves on to be our last round 5 winner's bracket player. And they'll face Name Faker. And the loser will be going to the loser's bracket to face for rain. Looks like we got an immediate fake flipper here. We'll probably be seeing a Houlihan room play pretty quick, I'd imagine. Looks like there's a bottle on the island. Could always come into play. We got a dark cave there at the potion shop. Never sound there, so I don't know if he checked to see if it was anything. Nicely executed fake flipper there. Let's see what's at our ferry drop here. Ganon is at the ferry drop, so that's a pretty easy, convenient place to have Ganon. We don't know if AGA 1 or AGA 2 will be 100% required yet, but that's certainly going to make finding him easy in the end. Got some tree pulls going on for Kohrek. Nothing good there yet. Just single rupees, but Kohrek did manage to pick up a single bomb somewhere, so that's going to be great. Just arrows in the sanctuary. Oh, the old man is right by the sanctuary. That is not going to be a helpful save warp at all. It is a nice free connector, though. We've got the Super Bunny Cave. Kohrek is going to go right through that. Two items, of course, here, and a connector. Nothing too exciting in Super Bunny, and it didn't take us very far. Oh my goodness, that's pretty funny. Both ends of Super Bunny right in town. So Kohrek is probably regretting taking that trip through there now because he could have gotten those items much more quickly from the other side. I didn't see what was that race game there. Get another hint here, and it's just a ripoff. It looks like Megawatt I was doing the south of town here quick. I was thinking maybe that Megawatt came up through Link's house and didn't get bombs, but it's right that they started at the sanctuary. Nice little sync there. Oh, a key out of the race game? Thank you, Itsu. And a sword for Kohrek. I'm sure Megawatt is going to get that very soon, so that's going to be pretty nice for those guys. Oh, there was the bottle in this Super Bunny. So Kohrek saved and quit from the middle of Kakariko. That seemed a little odd to me. Oh, I think Kohrek is going to go do Houlihan now, so that he can check those hints when he finds them. Because he saved and quit from a hint, and I think maybe realizing that he didn't have money, he decided to come do this. That might be the back of Old Man right there. If so, that's not a very useful connector at the Smith's house. And by the back of Old Man, I mean his home cave, not the cave where you find him and save him, of course. Looks like Megawott is going to do some eastern exploration for us. There's always debate when you find eastern about whether to dip it right away. It's really quick to get the items out of here, but it's time that you're going to have to duplicate if you find the big key in particular or the big key on the bow later. Looks like Kohrek is going to go to the eastern area. So one working on the overworld and one working on the dungeon. Oh, we got a hype cave. Small key to the castle. That seems like it might mostly be for putting something in logic. Oh, a nice reason to dip eastern this early is it's a reasonable place to have some bomb drop chances. If you don't already have a source of bombs. And here it has the key to Skullwoods, which is of course just a fetch quest in this mode. Well, there are 3 different caves with 5 items. Of course, we've already seen one of them, but there's also Mini Moldorm Cave. And a mushroom. That mushroom is lamp blocked, but otherwise it's in logic. So it'd be interesting to see if we get a mushroom turn in relatively soon, or maybe we hold on to it in case of finding the cane and be able to do a fake powder. We of course don't know where Magic Bat is yet though. So Kohrek took the connector over by Warp 5. And it took him up to, I believe it was the floating island. Yeah. So this doesn't help him a whole lot right now since he's a bunny, but it gives him some information. Oh, we got Thieves Town. He can do a quick death abuse here and clear out these front 4 items. What was that hint that that Kohrek bought up at the top? You got the useless fairy in Kakariko. I haven't found any of the drops that actually give us items yet. Oh man, what a find for Kohrek. That's a pretty big advantage, getting those boots this early. Who knows when Megawott is going to get up here. Boots were in Thieves Town, which was on southeastern Dark Death Mountain, which he got to through the Hookshot Cave, which is over by Warp 5. So you got the Smiths at the West Snitch there. Oh, we've got a dam sighting south of Link's house. That's an awfully convenient place to find it because he'll be able to empty it and then immediately go and check the item that is drained. Kohrek finds a small key to pod. Always nice to get 1 or 2 of those early at least. Small key to desert at the Uncle. That'll open up 2 items and give us partial logical access to Land Molas. Once we find desert, of course. So Megawatt didn't actually go down to the drain dam, did he? It's kind of funny, I think, to find the find the dam and you're so close to the drain spot and not actually go look at it. Oh, is that a key? I couldn't see what that was. Ooh, Ice Rod and Swamp Palace. That's a pretty nice end. Alright, here's a little bit of a moment of truth for Megawatt. We'll see what he decides to do. He's going to go through the hookshot cave. As long as he jumps down at the right side, he's probably going to get those boots, and that seems to be his most likely play here since he doesn't have the mirror or anything. Looks like Kohrek is going to go ahead and clear out Eastern here. Man, we sure haven't found very much to this point. Doesn't seem like there's a whole lot that these guys can do, which is promising because maybe we'll get some fun bunny adventures. I did not see the medallion for Turtle Rock there. So now they're just covering each other's footprints, basically. I don't know if Kohrek must have checked the northern bonk rocks, but I don't think he checked the Lynx House bonk rocks yet. I guess these boots are well out of logic, regardless. So that's probably not our next logical step. Alright, let's see what Megawott decides to do. Oh, of course, finish the rest of this exploration up here that Kohrek already did. And Kohrek is going to head to explore the south part of the town where Megawatt already did, but I don't think Megawatt went through this connector, so this will be some new information. And this doesn't get us anything. I mean, it might once we have a Moon Pearl, but right now we can't do anything there. We're also going to need at least a glove, hammer, or flippers really to do anything there, unless we want a fake flipper, I suppose. Megawatt getting the purple chest hands. Well, now they're tied up in heart containers. Let's see what the fairy has for us. Anything besides a bee in a bottle would be good. Well, what that bee in a bottle, if that's a golden bee, the best thing it could do is let us clear mini Moldorm cave as a bunny. But other than that, it doesn't do much for us. Let me see what's at the Lynx house, Bonk Rocks here. It's the other fairy phone. Is he gonna empty this bottle? It's gonna be the same item. They're both in the light world, so they give the same thing. That's the only thing that determines what the fountains give in cross keys. I'm actually a little surprised that Kohrek wasn't aware of that. It looked like he had... No, he didn't have two bees. He just let the bee go. Or two bottles, I mean, sorry. So we've got a mushroom turn-in. This looks like it might be the old man cave. Yeah, that has to be the old man cave. Oh, interesting. Okay, so Megawatt's going to be up on Death Mountain with the old man. Finally got a drain check. Oh, we got a... oh, wow. So much going on at once here. Left side, laser bridge. We got a small key to pod. Map of GT, not helpful. Blue rupee. Map of Thieves Town for Kohrek. I saw a small key over there, but I couldn't read it because it was at the exact same time as the other one. But Kohrek also got the lamp, which would put what Megawatt is doing mostly in logic, except for the laser bridge factor. All of that laser bridge stuff is not in logic without the King Cape or Mirror Shield, one of those. Oh, small key to GT was over there. Looks like Kohrek's going to go ahead and turn in the mushroom as well. That also puts that mushroom in logic, that lamp, so that might be part what prompted Kohrek to go ahead and do this. We found Hyrule Castle, and the entirety of Hyrule Castle is in logic. We've got the lamp, we've got the small key. They can check the whole front and the whole back. So that's going to be very tempting to do soon here. Kohrek is right on Megawatt's trail here. Megawatt, maybe intentionally, maybe unintentionally, reducing his health a little bit to work on a death warp right here. Oh, Kohrek took a death there. I can't imagine that that was intentional. Doesn't really cost too much time. But... and another one. Oh, the piece of art teased us with the potential refill there. But Megawott does the Death Warp and will now surely be going to the back. Oh, Kohrek is going to go ahead and do the back right away. That was weird. We got a blue mail. The primary thing that blue mail is going to do is make this Death Warp right here harder. Too bad there's no more snakes. And too bad for Megawatt that he didn't go down to the dam, because he'd have that. Oh, hey, a bow. He'd have that lamp as well if he had gone down there. No, Kohrek didn't skip that. He's just doing this first. I'm not sure why Kohrek bothered to take out the bomb there when he could have just got hit one or two more times. But whatever. Now he's going to do the front to escape. Here we see Megawatt also struggling with this Death Warp. This is just painful. Oh, we got Megawott checking out some of the connectors that we get from Hyrule Castle. I didn't see where the left one went, but it must have went somewhere in the Dark World. And the right side goes to Bumper Ledge, which gives us one thing that's in logic, and then maybe some stuff that's a little out of logic, or maybe some more bunny connectors here. And oh man, Kohrek got the refill from the piece of heart. That's really unfortunate. Oh, did Megawott take an unintentional death there? That's really upsetting for him. Looks like Megawatt's going to get his own golden bee. And it looks like Megawatt's probably on his way to getting the lamp. Let's see where this left side goes. Oh yeah, that's what I would have guessed actually. That bottom Turtle Rock ledge. So we're going to see some new checks here from Megawatt and probably some new stuff from Kohrek. I'm guessing he might go to Skullwoods or maybe check some of these other entrances here. Oh, a sword on the desert ledge. Probably going to need Mire access and a mirror to get that. If not that, then maybe a connector. Oh, we've got the Turtle Rock big key, but Megawatt is not going to do the bound jump to the big chest. Megawatt has found some Mire access though. And it looks like Megawatt is going to go ahead and check out Turtle Rock a little bit here. Or not. Why? I don't understand why he took that death if he's not going to go through. Maybe he just realized that he doesn't really have a good way to kill the Pokey, so he's going to do something else. Did the Kohrek find a different way to the Mire area? Looks like the left Mire head was a connector. That's kind of crazy. Oh, yep, there it is. So Megawatt is going to find his way back to North Dark World. Let's see what Kohrek decides to do here. So Kohrek is going to take on this Pokey, it looks like. No small task with the equipment he's got. Wait, what? He just took damage and didn't get unbunnied. That was weird. That's not cool. Huh. Okay, so now we're going to see where the back of Old Man actually leads. Oh, that's kind of useful, the Dark World shopping mall area, but we can't do anything there with the cave we came out of. Is Kohrek getting himself permanently bunnied again? Yeah, it looks like it. Why did you do it once if it didn't work out for you the first time? You could just hide behind the wall and let the bunny beam disappear before you try to do anything. But anyway, moving on. I think this is a new check here, the Mini Moldorm Cave. Ooh, it's the bottom of Paradox Cave. That's never in logic as a connector or as a way to reach that, but once we get the mirror, we could sequence break it. Kohrek decided to call it a day there. Can't blame him. You don't want to spend all day in one spot. Looks like Kohrek is going to learn the same thing that Megawatt just learned. Oh, we got a Sahasrara check. Vanilla green pendant, and we already know where Eastern is. Small key to GT, small key to Pod, and a Moon Pearl. Okay, that's where we need to be. That's not really that surprising to find at this point, given that we've full cleared basically everything. Looks like Kohrek is going to go west first, which is going to let him find the big chest. I would guess that Kohrek is probably going to do the bomb jump to the big chest. We'll see if he decides to do anything else in Turtle Rock beyond that. Kohrek's gonna go ahead and get a blue potion. It's a little surprising with the limited locations we've had available that mushroom didn't actually lead us to anything, but whatever. So, Megawott is gonna go back up to Death Mountain. Oh, he's gonna check the first chest in Bookshop Cave as well. Let's see if Megawatt is a hover. Does not appear so. Oh, I didn't see what was in the big chest there. Did anyone catch that? A glove in the big chest? Wow. That is pretty significant. Shows you the power of sequence breaking. And the big key of Hera. That's a pretty strong combination that Kohrek just picked up right there. Megawott found Swamp up on southern Dark Death Mountain, but he can't do anything there because he flooded it already, so he can't even read the hint. So lack of flippers. Behind the heart, Kohrek. Not sure I'd approve of that, given the fact that we still need to farm up some Zora money. Oh, hey, the crabs have dropped bombs this whole time. I remember in the beginning there was a little bit of trouble finding some bombs. Megawatt is going through the old man cave again, and then I guess he's going to go ahead and go through the castle to get to the Dark World again. That would make sense. Kohrek is looking like he's going to get his Moon Pearl in short order here. But he's also going to be able to check this rock right here. And it's just a rupee farm, but this rupee farm could be significant right now. It's kind of funny that rupee farm is taking the location of the other one. So there's Kohrek's Moon Pearl. Let's see what he decides to do now. I'd have to imagine that he's probably going to do this same Dark World stuff that Megawatt's currently doing. First, he's going to do the Dark World shopping mall. Can't blame him for that, given that he's got that glove to work with. So far, that glove is really the biggest difference between the runners, by far. Looks like we've got a friendly Skullwoods layout as well. Looks like Kohrek's going to do a fake flipper and get to East Dark World here. That'll let him check the pyramid and go all the way to Catfish. statue, and Gibdo's giving Megawatt a little bit of trouble. Oh, that's right. We saw a connector to the Dark World Potion Shop, didn't we? So we've already had logical access to this, I believe. I don't remember which connector took us here, but I'm pretty sure it's in logic. Small key to Mire in Skullwoods. Never really required, but often useful for routing once we get to Mire. Map of Eastern, that's going to tell us something we already know. That's a bit annoying. Megawatt's jumping in the back. Wait. Oh, okay. That's a strange decision, in my opinion, but whatever. Why would you jump down these holes instead of just going and getting the Gibdo key? Well, no, he's gonna have to get out and come back in. Let's see what's on the pyramid here. Just a compass. Man. Looks like it might storm a little bit outside. Hopefully that doesn't affect anything in here. Well, Kohrek has found a desert, which is fantastic. We've got 4 items we can get in here. Picking up the pieces of heart, because it's still early. Ganon's Tower leads to a house with a chest. Always a nice hint to find. Oh, hookshot and Skullwoods, nice. And Megawatt spent at least a minute longer here in Skullwoods than he needed to. So, I wonder if Megawatt's going to make going back to Hookshot Cave a priority. Probably not until he does this full loop around here. Let's see if this desert small key unlocks anything for us immediately. Kohrek is just doing a death warp so he can continue on with his Dark World exploration. He might come back here later and check out this as a connector as well. We'll see what he decides to do. The glove is in the Turtle Rock big chest, which Kohrek bomb jumped to. Megawatt found the same connector and did not bomb jump. So we got a key inside of the Spectral Rock Cave at the Bahad hint there. We'll have to find the other entrance in order to get that. Oh, that glove is now in logic since we've got the hookshot and the Turtle Rock big key, of course. Megawatt's found Aghanim Tower. We know that Aghanim 1 is not required, but there could still be 2 items in here. A small key to Mire. That second key to Mire is a little superfluous. And here we have some big news. Ganon's Tower on Kohrek's side at Pod. So that's a pretty out-of-the-way place at the moment. It might be a while before Megawatt finds this location. Kohrek, of course, does not have many items that are required to clear much of this, but at least he can get 3 checks out of here and then come back later. And the flute, though, that's going to be useful. We already know that flute is not required since we've got mire access, but it's going to be just helpful for getting around. Oh, we got a vanilla shovel. Kind of funny to find the flute and the shovel back to back as well. Yeah, also silvers, of course. I saw those and failed to mention them. Oh, Kohrek got the eastern big key. I missed that. So he's going to go ahead and clear out eastern right away. Even though he knows it's green pendant. I guess it's 3 item locations. Oh, Megawott found another entrance to Paradox Cave. This is great news for him. Nothing in the bottom. Well, 3 includes Sahasrahla. So we'll say 3 and a third. Blue cane. Blue cane looks like the best thing that we got in the mini Moldar room of Paradox Cave, I guess we could say. Got a mire shed. That mire shed was practically vanilla as far as its contents go. Blue rupee and the green pendant that we knew of. Megawott found another entrance to desert, not going in right away. I'm imagining he's going to check this entrance right here and then head right back. Activating the flute, of course. I don't know who's got the sound. I'm surprised there's no salutes in chat. Kohrek is going... Oh, right back to Sasser. Makes sense. Oh, a sword. Huh. So, probably not required to do that, but pretty dang nice to have. And it might be required if the other swords are locked behind it. Kohrek doing the first chest here. Guess he's not a hoverer either. We'll see if he finds that hookshot pretty soon. I would imagine he will. That was a really funny pause still frame by Megawott there in the middle of the damage. Third swingy. That's only the second one. We've only seen 2 swords so far. Oh, the sword and desert ledge. Yes, that's right. Thank you. Thank you for the reminder. Kohrek is going to find swamp on his side as well. Okay. Kohrek's deciding to save his money, not buy bombs. We have not seen what Zora has. And money has been hard to come by. No, you said it fine. I just forgot. Alright, let's see what Kohrek decides to do now. Oh, Kohrek has the book as well, but he can't get to either of the tablets without the mirror. Or the hammer would also let him get to another tablet. Well, no, I guess we don't know that yet. Okay, Kohrek is going to go ahead and go through Hyrule Castle and get to the North Dark World. Looks like so far we've just got a flash FUD warning. I'm going to trust that the flood is not going to come inside the house. Oh, Megawott is doing Eastern Palace as well, so he's going to likely get his second sword from Sassville pretty soon. I'm definitely not wearing pants. I mean, I do have shorts on, just to save everyone the imagery. So, Kohrek's gonna get his hook shot right here. And Kohrek did that Gibdo switch room in Skullwoods a lot more quickly than Megawatt managed it. Looks like Kohrek's going to wait for the hand to grab him. Oh, we get to see what's in the rest of Hookshot Cave. A bug net. Map of swamp. And a heart container. Not a whole lot interesting there. Alright, I expect that Kohrek is going to save a lot of time on the front of Skullwoods versus what Megawatt did as well. So Kohrek is going to grab this key and then he'll get Wall Mastered back to start. Well, I've never really considered hookshotting through that. Or he'll just take the Death Ward. Either way. Oh, Megawatt is heading through the Old Man Cave another time. Not having that flute is hurting him a bit. He's going to have to go to GT, which was that pod, to get that flute. And he does have logical access to pod, he just needs to find his way over there. So, I guess these checks that Megawatt is doing are new. We haven't seen Eastern Death Mountain in the Light World. We got the Backup Desert. Cannot do anything with that yet, but that is something we're probably going to be returning to. I'm guessing that Megawatt is just going to check this last cave and then go ahead and go through Spiral Cave. So let's see if Spiral Cave has anything fun for us today. Oh, where did the... I saw Megawott go through that bumper cave, but didn't really register. Where did the bumper cave come out? Oh, Spiral Cave just comes out in Kakariko, so not terribly useful. Got our shovel check here. Little swig digging. And the small key to Hera. So once we find Hera, well, we have the tools between the two of them to full clear it. That big key to Hera was in the roller chest that's big key blocked in Turtle Rock, which they do have access to now. So let's see if maybe Megawatt is on his way back to the Turtle Rock big chest. That would be big news for him. He'd get that glove and that Hera big key. Kohrek picking up his shovel, so he'll probably get that Hera small key sometime soon as well. Alright, Megawatt got his glove, and he's going to go to the back, so he's going to get his Hera big key as well. Kohrek finding Paradox Cave, he'll get his blue cane and other assorted pile of junk here. I don't remember offhand where this Turtle Rock connector takes us. Oh, is Megawatt's gonna go ahead and try the Pokey again. Let's see what he can do with it. He's got a Master Sword now. It's going to make it much easier. Still not free, but easier. Oh, I love the play to throw the bomb at the... Oh, he does not have the Master Sword. That's right. Oh, man. He's still got the Fighter Sword. But at least he's formed an arena here with just him and the Pokey head, and he takes a death anyway. Oh, all he's got to do is go back to Sahasrahla to pick up that Master Sword. So, curious what he's going to decide to do here. Yeah. Silvers and Birna are both good plays. You are correct. 2 silvers, or actually Birna is probably the best option. Can pull that Pokey right into the wall and destroy him with it. Oh man. Megawott almost took a death after killing the Pokey. Alright, well, if there's something important here, and Megawatt manages to actually get it, that would be a leg up for him, because this is something that Kohrek has not seen yet. And it's just 3 bombs. So I guess that was something, but I should have specified something important. Kohrek found a desert connector to the back of Skullwoods. Not going to be important today. Yeah, the glove definitely needs to get marked for Megawatt. He certainly has it. Okay, now it's there. Yeah, so to get from the potion shop, the Darkworld potion shop, to Pod, you would need the glove, logically. Glove, hammer, or flippers. We've got a library find by Megawatt. I don't think Kohrek went in there, but he must have gone in there. Either way, there was nothing important there. Not sure what Megawatt is planning. Kohrek is doing these checks on east of the mountain that he hasn't seen yet. We, of course, did see Megawatt do this stuff a little bit ago. Megawatt taking a lot of damage. I think he's already had one unintentional death on the overworld. Doesn't need to have more of those. Oh, Megawatt is going to check this other connector that the desert gave us. This connector right here is actually going to take Megawatt over to the pod area. Assuming he's going to go through. He's already used the key, so I don't really recall what he did after he used the key. Alright, so assuming Megawatt does not die here. Man, use your hookshot, kill that dude. Jeez. Megawatt just playing fast and loose with the health. It's scary. Don't know what that means, Zach. So, Kohrek is following this connector that Megawatt already followed. He's not going to be terribly impressed with where it leads him. I'm surprised Megawatt did not grab a fairy from the tree as he passed it. Kohrek, using that book, maybe? No, he's going to go ahead and do Turtle Rock first. But maybe then he'll come back out and get the Desert Palace entrance check. Megawatt getting his flutes. Let's see what Kohrek decides to do with this Pokey here. He's got the cane and half magic. And of course he's also got silvers. So he's got options. Oh, book was in the beginning of GT as well. We're going for maximum leg here, I guess. Okay. I guess maybe silvers are in theory the fastest way to kill that Pokey, but the cane is surely the easiest. I don't think there are any enemies that an arrow can go through. Megawott about to find his compass over here. So what's the obvious play now here? Oh, right, going into desert. This is a new entrance check for us. And its connector. Where would we want a connector to take us? Top of the castle. Hey, what do you know? Alright. Give us a mirror or something right here. The Key of Desert. Alright. Kohrek must have found the back of desert, so we've got 2 locations that opens up immediately. There's almost no way that one of those doesn't have something important. I'm definitely sparing you all from any sort of signs here. I'm also listening to the audio on Kohrek's side, so I don't know. Oh, that's right, the flute song isn't changed in MSU packs, is it? Kohrek looks like he's setting up a death warp here, which would be a weird thing to do at a boss. Let's see if you can get the quick 1 cycle. Oh, he got hit by a rock. Cost him a cycle. Land will just go down there. Okay, there's a compass. There's gotta be something in the big chest. What do you guys think's in the big chest? Nothing? Like literally nothing? It'll just make that buzzing noise when you do a wrong thing. Is Kohrek coming? Oh, this is not the library. This is just an entrance he hadn't checked yet, I guess. Come on, Kohrek, get the desert. Looks like Megawott is checking the desert entrance as well. I think that Kohrek is heading to Desert. Alright, so this will get Megawott his big key. It seems like there's a clear lead for Kohrek at this point. I don't even know if there are things that Megawott has done that Kohrek hasn't. Boomerang. Okay, you were right. It's nothing. So, where are we heading now? Oh, we got this pod connector here. Leads us to the Mimic Ledge, which for now just takes us to Mimic Cave. That's kind of funny. Can't do a dang thing here. Well, I think these guys are probably tracking better than me because right now I'd say seed is broken. Oh, Zora. Yeah, let's go Zora. They don't have a hammer, so they can't do a left side of GT. They don't have a big key, so they can't do upstairs to GT, and they don't have a cane, so they can't do right side. They've done the 3 checks that they are able to do. And Kohrek is going to the Rupee Grind, so he's figured out the solution here. If they had more than one bottle, maybe the, the Magic Bee or the Golden Bee grind would be worth it, but that seems unlikely. We don't need flippers for Zora. You don't get flippers from Zora, or to get to Zora in the vanilla game, because Zora has the flippers. You either need a flippers or a glove. So we've got Megawott on the other screen following Kohrek's footsteps, about to discover the bad news on his own terms. Pretty quick here. Oh, Kohrek is going to go ahead and go to the hobo first, even though the hobo is well out of logic. Can understand doing that, though. Yeah, fake flippering is pretty much the fastest way to get there, and he gets to do another couple of checks as long as he's on his way to the Zora. Would have been hilarious if the hobo gave him 300 rupees, though. Yeah. Megawott with the very noble hover attempt right there. I think he got like a pixel over. Just the bar and the waterfall. That's a pretty cool bar, actually. I don't drink, but I'd consider starting if I got to go to a secret bar behind a waterfall. I didn't know that dash there was quite so free as that. What do you got, Zora? A hammer? Shock. So what is Kohrek gonna do with this hammer? Also, where are you going, buddy? Was there something on the ledge? I'd imagine that Kohrek wants to go back to Mimic Cave sometime soon, but... Yeah, I didn't think there was something on the ledge. I always forget what's on the ledge when it's not important, because I, like, immediately write it out of my mind. I want to see if Kohrek goes immediately back to Mimic Cave. But he can also do... he can check the... Oh, well, he can, of course, do the whole left side of GT with some bonks and bomb jumps. That might be his top priority. Or you could use the hook shot too. I don't know, I think you should use the bonks and bomb jumps. Just take my suggestion, buddy. I predict that he uses at least 2 bonks. Yes, hammer on Zora. Looks like Megawott is planning on asking the guys at the bar if they can spare some change for him. Go on the island. That would have been his only hope. Where is he going? Is he just going to check the ledge and then save and quit? Well, now he's lost his water walking as well. If he hadn't gotten hit there, he could walk back to the island, but he got hit, so not going to work so well. I would love to see him fake flipper to the island, though. See if there's some money on there. Oh, he's gonna... This isn't worth it. How many rupees are back here? Like 150? Also, I haven't noticed if Kohrek got anything interesting so far. A small key to pod. 90? Yeah, that's 100% not worth it. He must have forgotten about the rupee farm. I'm pretty sure he's found it at this point. Man. Did you play the seed back where there was a fountain like immediately next to the bottle vendor that had was giving out gold bees? Oh, hey, there's a mitt. Well, that's interesting. So it's the same as the same as the hooligan room. Oh, 225. Man, Kohrek is kind of shooting ahead here in his lead. Megawott needs to get himself some money. Let's see, Kohrek has this entrance to check right here. Bomb shop. They're in swamp. Okay, so we're gonna need those flippers eventually for swamp. We do know where swamp is. And they both drained the dam already. I've seen that room before, probably in bingo, and probably when I was lost in Turtle Rock. But I would certainly love to see someone use that as a rupee farm in entrance. Yeah, pot is a great find. Kohrek can full clear this minus the big chest in Helmosaur if he chooses to do so. Oh, we got a red cane and Bod. Pretty nice start. Alright, I think I need to step away for about 1 minute, but I'll be right back. My co-commentator will carry this for me, right? Other person. I'll be right back. You guys keep me updated.
I guess I will for a second. Alright, so Kohrek gets the fire rod there in pod. I didn't see the right side chest. And Megawatt continues to look for a rupee farm. I think he was right there near the cave and didn't go in. So we got flippers and mirror in the dark basement, is that right? I thought I saw something that was not one of those in one of the chests. Yeah, I'm sorry, I mean the dark basement.
Alright, wow. So
So you missed the fire rod in what I believe is the compass chest.
yep, and I see flippers and a mirror as well.
Yeah, those
So, hardly nothing in here. Or anything.
dark basement had one of the 300 rupee items. This is in the hammer pig cave, is that right? Yeah, pod is in the hammer pig cave.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Megawatt is going to play the chess game. He can save scum this. I'm not sure what the prizes are. I'm not sure if there's a 300. There might be a 300 in the Dark World version.
Yeah, that looks like the lesser one. Oh, it looks like Kohrek is going to save scum this key and check this chest here.
Yeah, and Megawatt continues to look for alternatives to the gambling game Rupee Farm. Yeah, the largest prize is either 100 or 300. I think it depends on the game. I think the Light World versions are 100 max. The Dark World are 300 max.
Where's the Dark World chess game?
Good question.
Are you sure they're not both in Light World?
Well, one of them clearly has a Dark World NPC in it. Guy with floppy ears. Both in the Light World. Well, one of them is at the... Oh.
One's
okay,
here, yeah.
Yeah, one of them's here in the...
Oh, the other one's south of Kakariko.
Yeah, south of Kakariko and in the log in the Lost Woods, and he just looks like a Dark World NPC.
Kohrek's found Skullwoods. He's gonna clean this up pretty quick. Pretty trivial with the resources he has now.
Of course, after 90 minutes, still only one crystal.
I mean, that's about my expected number of crystals after 90 minutes, so...
Yeah, I think I was saying to someone, I think 90 minutes is the mode for the first crystal time. So, Kohrek got an extra sword on the desert ledge, no problem with Mothula. Yeah, Megawatt's having to think about what he's going to do about this rupee problem.
I mean, he'd be better served at least killing some enemies while he's thinking.
Yeah, he should sell that gold bee, too.
Yeah? Yeah, that'd be useful.
Actually, there might be some condition under which the gold bee... I've had it happen where the gold bee simply does not attack the bottle vendor.
Really?
It's not that he's going after the weather vane sprite.
Huh.
Does not attack the bottle vendor. I don't know what would cause that, though.
So what are we missing for gold go mode here? We need the ice rod. We're gonna need a Turtle Rock small key as well. We don't know what the final crystal is, I guess. That makes the question complicated.
Yeah, we could need the pod big key. Will not need the ice big key. Well, let's see. We have 3 dungeons for our last pendant. And if it's ice, we're going to need another big key either way. But if it's ice, we'll need both pod and mire.
Oh, Kohrek got a small key in the best place to get one in non-entrance. Or non-Keysanity, I should say.
I think this is... Where is this? This is Desert Final, maybe? I think he actually left there to... But that's what it looks like on his tracker. Although his tracker is very small. Well, Kohrek just found another 300 rupees via hint. It is in the Ice Palace big chest.
Right. Which, of course, was not available to him for multiple reasons before, anyway.
Is nice, though. Peace of mind that he can full clear this and never come back.
Yeah. I'm just a little surprised that he chose to come in here and do this right away, but I mean, he's justified now.
Yeah, so Megawatt is going back to the Eastern Palace rupee room. This will not work. As soon as you collect any rupee on the ground in one of these rupee rooms, they stay gone. There is a flag that gets written. You can change that flag with major glitches, but we won't be doing that. So these rupees will just not be here. Oh, sorry, Megawatt. Looks like Megawatt may have forfeit. His timer has stopped. He has stopped his timer. I'm not in the RC. Yeah, Megawatt forfeit. We will see if he comes in to talk about it. Although quite understandable if he chooses not to. Yeah. Both strictly speaking and practically speaking, he was way behind. Even if he went straight to the rupee farm, Kohrek has had the hammer for 15 minutes maybe, and that just locks everything. Kohrek last locationed it, and Megawatt would have last locationed it, so pure 15-minute lead for Kohrek, plus however long it would have taken him to get 500 rupees for Zora. I think that was the big key to GT we saw in the freezer chest. And we got the cape there. And a junket, yes. Confirmation that it was the GT big key. So we will see... Yeah, Megawatt will be joining us momentarily for an interview. Yeah, so there he is. Good game, Megawatt.
GG's. So... What the hell's on Zora?
Ask Solsky.
Figured. I've been pretty certain for like the last 20 minutes, however long I've spent just doing absolutely nothing, that it had to be something. I was thinking maybe the hammer, because then I'd get into GT and be able to do actual things. But, oh my goodness, there was no money. I didn't keep track of where the easy money caves were. I went back looking for them forever. I tried a couple other things to get money, and it was just... This is... like, I'm not even exaggerating when I say this was the least fun I've ever had playing a seed. This was just so bad. This seed was so bad. I'm really, really upset about it. Like, ugh, that could not have gone any worse. And
Yeah. I was saying in chat, I cannot remember ever farming rupees in an entrance seed that was not a Plando, and I think Ak agreed. And we've been playing it for a very long time.
yeah, this is I'm just really upset that this, like, I wouldn't even mind it if this was like just some random SRL race, racing it for practice or whatever, and it's like, okay, I would have forfeit like 30 minutes ago if that was the case when I just started the hunts. But the only reason I stuck to it here for at least a little bit longer was because, like, okay, Kohrek probably is doing the exact same thing I am if there's something on Zora like I think there is. But then I just started hunting everywhere. Before I knew it, I spent 30 minutes wasting just so much time, and now I'm still barely only halfway to affording Zora. So
Yeah, you had a.
it's
Unfortunately, you went looking for the rupee farm in the Ice Rod Cave area, and you entered one of the caves. You did not enter the cave under the rock, which was the 50 rupee farm on the way to desert.
Of course it was. I'm not surprised.
There was also the option of selling the good bees to the bottle vendor.
Yeah, I didn't even consider that.
And although I have not watched most of the race, I am told that the Turtle Rock Crystal Roller Room was available to you. If you go
Oh yeah, I should have checked
instead
that.
of north, there is a rupee room with 270 rupees in there.
Is there really that much? Damn.
Yes, it is.
Well, that's good to know, except I don't think it'll ever be relevant again. This kind of seed is... It's once in a lifetime. Thankfully, only once in a lifetime, but... Why did it have to be in tournaments? Oh, I'm dead.
Hey, you're
On
not
the
dead,
inside and
though.
on the outside.
You get to race Furame next.
Oh yeah, dude. I get to lose to Furame next. That's gonna be awesome. Alright, well, it'll hopefully go better than this, though.
I wasn't around for the start of this race, so maybe Jay Cooper can tell you a little bit about how it went competitively at the start.
Sorry, can I just, like, guess
Yeah,
that
go ahead.
Kohrek probably did the Turtle Rock Bomb jump, got his glove a lot sooner than I did?
Yes, he did, and yes, he did.
Yeah, okay, I figured as much. I really should
Yeah,
learn
you were
that.
there first. You could have had it first if you would have done it, but
Yeah, I just don't know the setup, and I really, after this, should absolutely learn how to do it.
yeah, not a bad idea.
Yeah.
But it was still pretty competitive. Beyond that glove, that was really the biggest advantage that Kohrek had, but a lot of time was spent by both of you kind of covering each other's tracks for the vast majority of the start of this race. So, like Kohrek actually got his boots within 10 minutes, I'd say. He ended up going up to Dark Death Mountain and finding Thieves Town.
I think I found it pretty fast too, within like 15 or 20 minutes.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wasn't too
So
far behind in that case.
right. Yours were a little beyond that, but still pretty quick, all things considered. I was wondering when you were going to get up there, and it wasn't that long after. But still, you might have been surprised to know that he had already gotten there. Yeah. I don't know if there's that much else to say.
I've said my piece on the seed. You guys, I don't want to hold you up for too long, because pretty sure Kohrek's still playing, so there's a lot of new stuff to be seen. Sorry again for forfeiting only halfway through. I just absolutely was not having any fun, and as compelled as I felt to finish this race because it is in tournament, I just couldn't bring myself to. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry, everybody.
Understandable given the circumstances.
Alrighty, well, I think I'm gonna grab a bite to eat and cool down a little after this one. So, hey, thanks for commentating. Thank you guys for tracking this race. I know it's kind of a last minute thrown together type of thing, but thanks everybody for helping make this restream happen.
Yeah, thanks for your patience in that regard, and GG again.
Thank you. I'll try to be back later once Kohrek finishes. Maybe I can hop in and say GGs to him in person. But yeah, I'll just be watching in the meantime, I guess. Alright, I'll let you guys get back to your thing.
Kohrek going through swamp has not found anything of interest, I don't think.
I don't believe so.
And I think someone was... Kohrek doesn't usually watch IRC in larger races. I think we have asked people to watch IRC, though, for this tournament, so I think he knows that Megawott has forfeit now.
Oh, he's well aware. There's been a little bit of conversation in the race channel.
Okay. So, he's playing with the knowledge that all he has to do is complete the seed.
Right, but he does need to complete the seed, just to clarify, if anyone's wondering. Though, does he win automatically now? No, he's still got to beat it. So, I can't imagine a real scenario where he wouldn't finish. Something
Pop quiz, Mr. Tournament Admin J. Coper. Are
Yes.
there rules for if both players forfeit?
I mean,
Time's up, buddy. Sorry. Gotta know the rules, Mr. Tournament Admin.
There's a rule saying we can make the rules, so if there's not a rule, it doesn't matter.
So what does Kohrek need? He has full crystal knowledge because he knows all the pendants. So he knows all the crystals, and ice was a pendant, so he needs 2 big keys and the ice rod. There's the ice rod. And he has the Turtle Rock Small that he needed. And he may have actually gotten that in Swamp. But if not, probably in Ice.
Yeah, he is definitely well on his way. Who knows where those last 2 big keys will be, though those could be buried pretty deep.
Let's see, have we seen, let's see. I can't see on his tracker. Looks like he may have exited looks like he's checked the mire entrance one way or another. Is that true?
I
I'll have to
don't.
bring up his stream to see his tracker. But it looks like he does not have the usual unchecked mark on it. So he's seen that. He has no mark on the Turtle Rock entrance. So he does not know the medallion for it, I would assume. There is one of the 2 big keys he needs, so I think we are a mire big key away from go mode.
That's great.
Have we seen have we seen all the dungeons?
It looks like he still needs to find Hera and Mire.
I don't know how to. Okay, so quite possible he needs a medallion to open the Turtle Rock entrance, although he has a number of entrances unchecked. He's got the 2 couple on Light East Death Mountain. A handful of them, 3 or 4, I can't quite see. He's got the Foothills Cave, and it should be the Foothills Cave. and the Turtle Rock entrance. That might be it, though. He has some mark on the pyramid crack, so I guess we know what that is somehow.
Yeah, I think we got a hint for that.
That's it. Fair chance he needs a medallion. Oh, there we go. Now I've got it. Okay, I can see. So he also has not checked the Ice Palace entrance. He hasn't done some stuff. He hasn't done King's Tomb or the Graveyard Ledge. So not that likely he needs a medallion. He has not checked the left side of race game either.
Race game, by the way, had a small key, I believe. I don't know if there are any small keys that could be relevant at this point. Maybe Thieves Town? I think that's probably about it. Yeah, the crack is a connector, and we found the two connectors that have items in them, so that means it can't have any items, and we don't need any more connectors. We found Bumper and Floating Island, and we have Mire Access, so... Oh, and Mimic Ledge.
Yeah, so looks like what would I do here? I guess if he only has 2 chests in pod left, I would do that. Okay, fair enough. Do the front to Turtle Rock. So 2 chests in pod, those should be quick. Finish that off. Some chance that you get an item you need to open something else along the way, like powder or a medallion. Castle Tower. Have we checked both chests in Castle Tower?
I don't think so. We have checked the first one.
Castle Tower, it looks like, is at the Arrow game. So we could pop in there on the way to checking the entrance at the race game.
I mean, if we haven't checked the race game, has the cave south of the grove been checked either? Probably not, right? Oh, there's a small key to Thieves Town, so that means that we definitely don't need any more small keys this season.
He has taken the marks off of his tracker that relate to K45, so I would guess that he has exited it as a connector. He has no mark on it at all, which is strange to me, although sometimes you just go ahead and unmark when you know it's nothing. So anyone just joining us, we had a rupee farming seed. Both players had about 150 rupees, and the only thing left for them to check was Zora. And they had to, their best option for rupee farming was the Rock Under the Desert Cave, which was in the Ice Rod Cave area. Kohrek had it marked, Megawott did not. He got up to about 270 rupees and could not think of any other way to farm rupees and forfeit. Yeah, and the hammer was on Zora.
Oh, that's right. Mire itself is a bounty of 5 items, so I think it's blindside.
So no medallion will be required. No additional medallion will be required. This could be Hera, though, and so it is. So I'm not sure. Oh, he still needs the Meyer big key. I'm not sure he could possibly need this small key. Okay, well that eliminates one unknown entrance. Unless that was the Dark World, I didn't catch the full hint. But I think that eliminates Mimic Cave.
Yeah, those Death Mountain hints are really hard for me to read and try to understand without like sitting there and thinking about them.
Yeah, there are, in my opinion, too many qualifiers in the hints. And that's part of my thinking on the... Well, there is no?
He got 2 big keys back to back, and
I was sure we're out of big keys now that on the second one, but no, he finds all the big keys he doesn't need. So we're going to have Moldorm with the Thieves Town big key, of course. Yeah, so my opinion on the hints is that too many qualifiers make them difficult to read. So if you're looking for a DM or SW or things like that change where it is, so when 2 letters change what the hint refers to, I think that's not a good idea.
yeah.
Or maybe the dark.
I'm not sure that there's a good solution to it, though.
Yeah, well,
the
good solution is to use the US version and have a better text engine.
Oh yeah, or I mean, they could probably rewrite the text engine in this sometime, right? I mean, with everything else they've done in this game, I don't see why they can't.
I think a more likely thing would be to graft the text engine from the US version onto the JP 1.0 version. Because as long as we're making people, of course, rip the JP 1.0 version, people who can rip the JP 1.0 version off the cart will have no problem finding the US version, of course. Then you can just require the US ROM and graft that text engine on. But they're different enough that is probably not trivial, maybe not easier than simply rewriting the whole text engine.
Yeah. I also don't know. I think that a lot of people would be a little sad if all the Japanese characters went away from the file select.
You would be sad, and no one else would be sad.
I am not the only person who uses them.
Kohrek will go ahead. Not worried about efficiency, just going to do whatever's in front of him, not orphan anything, just to make sure he gets done with this seed without sort of trolling himself. See, what else does he have left? So that was one of the entrances. Drops here, and then he'll find his way back to... Not sure why he's checking entrances now.
He still needs to find Meyer, doesn't he? Or did he find it?
Well,
yeah, he still needs to find Meyer.
Oh, I did not know he hadn't found Meyer. Yep, he has not found Meyer. I do not see it on his map tracker. Not sure why he's coming here unless he's going to do right side GT for the Meyer big key. This is... Okay, yeah, so this is a plated Mimic Ledge. This connector leads there. And no need for any small keys anymore, I don't think. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, nothing more could be relevant in terms of small keys. So he's not going to worry about that spectacle rock item. So 2 entrances here. I imagine he will head, maybe do the single check of Ice Palace. And then head to King's Tomb, and I don't know why he hasn't done King's Tomb with the mitts. How long has he had the mitts?
I mean, he didn't have them in his first sweep through the area, basically. So that they were relatively late.
So I think we have a hint that this Mimic Cave is a common shop, but Kohrek didn't have it marked that way, and it is not a common shop, so I misread the hint. It may have actually been the West Death Mountain. The West Death Mountain Ledge. Because I think the Mimic Cave is just called the Mimic Cave Ledge. Alright, so he's got King's Tomb and Graveyard Ledge. That's 2 he could do at once. He could go through Hyrule Castle and check that Foothills Cave, so to sort of batch that with it. He can do Race Game left.
Looks like he's gonna go to Dark World and probably do the caves at the North Dark World first, I'd imagine.
I would imagine not, actually. I think he's gonna finish Pod. No. Yeah. Gonna finish Pod, probably check the Race Game, and then do those 3 entrances together by going through Hyrule Castle somewhere. Let's see, where's another Hyrule Castle entrance?
There's one on Death Mountain. That's the fastest one, I think.
Yeah, the other one is the Laser Bridge exit, so we're not doing that. And I think Kohrek saved Scum, and that's why his item count is the way it is. Save Scum, the big key chest? Yeah.
Yes, he did.
So, Helma, big chest, and off to some other entrance to Vinemire. I don't think he's done right side GT, right? Because he found the cane afterwards?
Yeah, that is still open.
Did they have... No, we got the GT big key in the Ice Palace Freezor chest, so they couldn't have climbed, so that's still available.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure there's something at the Giga 2 drop. So... Oh, got some map action.
I don't know what Kohrek's convention is for marking. I see some kind of mark on the Aga 2 drop, but I can't read it.
Yeah, I don't recall seeing the well either, so it probably is. Yeah, I guess if he checks the entrances and doesn't find Meyer with GT right side and then climb right away after that, probably seems pretty likely.
Oh, so Kohrek does the medallions on his item tracker, okay. I do it on my map tracker. Yeah, so Quake is the Meyer medallion.
Oh, right, Meyer is accessible.
So could still need Quake.
Powder is interesting. We have not fake powder.
So race game, probably the Aga 1, the second chest. Oh, maybe the Smith too. Where's the Smith?
I think it was in Kakariko.
Yeah, on his tracker he's got it as the West Snitch, so just south of
Yep.
the Kakariko Well.
That was my memory as well. Well, Kohrek is certainly not going to care if the Smith disappears as a result of finding the big key here.
Oh, still doesn't answer our questions. We still got to know where that big key is. So the rules for the Smith and or the purple at least the Smith are different in entrance. You would not be able to bring the Smith into a dungeon, I don't think, in the item randomizer.
Maybe not. Yeah, you can bring them into Skulls, of course, but that's like maybe not even a real dungeon.
But he won't enter multi-entrance caves. All the weirdness having to do with the Smith and followers in general is all because of the digging game. The SNES has a very limited amount of space for timers, and for whatever reason, the timer and the follower, the timer for the digging game and the data for the follower share space, so you cannot have a follower and do the digging game, and as a precaution, they sort of prevented the Smith and purple chest from going anywhere. He explained it to me once, but
yeah, it's kind of funny that they're on like consecutive screens, and you can't mix them.
I think we've checked that. Yeah.
Yes, we definitely did.
Yeah, that makes sense, Ak. Because of the big bomb timer and the digging game timer, and they can't have two timers. And the timer is somehow linked to all followers. This game actually implements a couple things as followers. The uncle in the passage. So there are a couple places where you can walk into and the Smith will get deleted. Anytime you grab a crystal, if you go into the Old Man Rescue Cave, either end of it, I think. And if you actually go into the uncle drop, because for whatever reason your dying uncle is implemented as a follower, so that deletes the Smith. And the other one is going downstairs in Thieves Town. So I learned to my great cost at one time the uncle drop deleting the Smith. I forget why that happened.
That's an interesting question, Fran. We just saw, obviously, that it doesn't matter.
It's not I think that's because it is not a timer on screen. It is simply a counter in the background.
Yeah. Well, if Megawatt were still playing, this is something along the lines of what would have been necessary for him to potentially catch up as that one item hiding pretty well somewhere.
Yeah, he would have had to have not skipped left side swamp, and one would think he'd be under pressure to do something like that. The ice
Yeah.
rod was over there. Yeah, so for those who don't know, there is currently a, well, how do I put it? A big event with a new glitch in A Link to the Past. Sort of related to the spooky glitch, where it involves these not quite sprite items, things like bomb, Samaria, hookshot, boomerang, arrows in the wall. But basically, you can sort of overload the game and do almost, I think, arbitrary code execution. I'm not sure it's quite arbitrary, but there was a demonstration where someone used a bunch of items all in one screen. In fact, this screen that Kohrek is on, except in the light world, and used a bunch of items all in sequence, and then used the hookshot and ended up in the Triforce room.
Yeah, and then there's also the one on, I think it was East Dark World Death Mountain or something, where they put like 4 or 5 crystals in their inventory.
Yep. But on they've actually divide. It is such a broken glitch, such a major glitch that they've decided that there are 4 levels of it. And for most purposes, only the first level is going to be considered legal for anything except the most major glitches. But you can go through walls, you can cross lots of barriers you couldn't otherwise by using the hookshot and pushing you through.
I'd have to think that GT is coming here.
And there it is. It could have been an interesting competitive seed. Because imagine Megawatt does not go back to GT first. Imagine he continues looking for dungeons and has all the items before he goes back to GT.
We don't necessarily have to climb GT, but if there is nothing on the right side of GT, we will certainly be climbing it.
Nice follow alerts, Kohrek. Good job, professional streamer.
Well, hey, it's not covering his gameplay. It's fine.
I think it did a little bit.
I don't think so. It was maybe covering his map tracker a little bit. That wasn't even near his gameplay. So he's gonna have to take this all the way to the big chest. He hasn't seen the big chest yet.
Yeah, I think I actually would have. I mean, I don't know. I think I would have gone for the tire room and then the big chest. Excuse me, the compass room and then the big chest before doing this. Just hoping this wasn't it. No, for AIM, actually, we have a stipulation that we want runners to keep IRC open for this tournament, and he knows. He's been talking in IRC. There was a request made somewhere. I forget where. Pretty sure it doesn't need that key. But I might not be tracking him either at this point.
Yeah, I mean, he needs one key to do the upstairs. You can grab the Helmosaur key or not, so.
Not it. Looks like we're going upstairs. What do we have left that isn't upstairs, GT?
The Mire entrance, which has 5 items.
Yeah, well, we need Quake, so...
And it's probably in here.
Is there anything else he could be doing? He's probably cleared the front of these 10, I would imagine. There are a couple entrances he hasn't done. He could go through Hyrule Castle to get the Foothills Cave. And he could go to the Ice Palace entrance. I think that's it, though.
Yeah, we've found Magic Bat.
It's the Foothills Cave, Ack. I mean, it's obviously Foothills. Yeah, so checking Magic Bat is something else he could do. Probably hasn't left any other items in dungeons.
Well, if the big key is at the Magic Bat, that certainly would have been a path to victory for Megawatt, potentially.
Yeah, maybe anywhere that isn't GT might have been. Hard to say though what he'd have done under. I mean, we're going through a hypothetical. Sort of depends on how we play it out for him. Let's say he went straight to the rupee farm, I guess, but. Yeah, it could have been close depending on what Megawatt decided to do.
Yeah, mitts were behind Ice Armors.
Well, if that's the case, then... I mean, have we... Was anything... Yeah, hair was behind mitts, so those were required. So we're finally going to get a look at items here in Upstairs GT. And then we believe the well is behind Aghanim 2, so we'll be seeing that.
Pretty nice chest for that butter sword.
Chat pointing out more chest rupees upstairs GT behind the hammer.
You know, having 700 rupees at this point in the cross keys race is pretty crazy.
Yeah, I'm used to more like 1700.
You know, at this point, Kohrek should just go for clearing out all the items. You know, 216.
I'm not sure I would invest in that. He may get inadvertently close. But I think he'd have to go back for things like Hyley Island and stuff he skipped, so I don't think we're going to be doing that. I like to go for 216 in multi-world. Let's see, what are we doing?
How'd you get the 240 something?
I used a North Samaria in the Turtle Rock Big Chest room, and what you can do then is you can open the Turtle Rock Big Chest. Well, there's Quake to get to Meyer. You can open the Turtle Rock Big Chest, and two things happen. It does not actually open the big chest, and it gives you the contents of the Turtle Rock Big Key chest. So if that's an item you want to duplicate, you can just stand in front of the big chest and just press A over and over to get items as fast as the fanfare will let you. And I did that for 20 rupees over and over. And it counts duplicated items. So
Did you use that for like a practical rupee farm, or did you just do that to be silly?
A little bit of both. If you do lots of major glitches in multi-world, you can just throw you can throw a lot of rupees down the drain, failing YBAs, and need to buy potions 100 rupees at a time. So no, unfortunately, you cannot duplicate somebody else's item. That only works in multi-world if it's your own item. Although it is an important play in duplicating your own items like gloves or bottles or swords can be important in no logic races. So you can duplicate, in overworld glitches, you can duplicate the sunken treasure. When you drain the dam, you can duplicate that. That's an overworld dupe. I think you can duplicate the race game item, maybe. You might be able to duplicate the desert ledge item, but I don't think so.
Alright, so we're looking for a Thieves' Town Big Key in here.
And then, in no logic, there's 300 more rupees. In no logic, you can close a lot of chests that you had already opened, and there it is.
Oh, that's a pretty solid spot, though. Like in the back of the basement, at the Meyer location.
So you had to climb GT for the well to get Quake, to open Meyer, to get your final big key in the very last chest of Blindside Out. Nice. So, finally, go mode for Kohrek. And he should be finishing, despite all the problems, probably under 225? I think so. Maybe not quite.
Yeah, that seems like a tall order.
Where's Ganon?
But close.
Ganon is at the ferry drop near the potion shop.
That is correct.
Yeah, so another way to play this seat could have been find Pod first, get all your items, and do the GT climb your first trip back. And then maybe you skip a bunch of things. Maybe you skip. Maybe Goma Admire.
I don't know if dipping ice was necessary at all. Was there anything in there?
The GT Big Key was in there, so you did have to go in
Oh,
there.
okay. Okay.
So, it was in the
Ooh,
freezer
so I
chest.
guess you had to go in there early to get that. What was it you said?
It was in the freezer chest.
Okay. Nice work, Kohrek.
Alright, so I think... So Megawatt will be moving on to face Farame in the loser's bracket, who I think might still be here in chat. I'm not sure who the winner faces.
Name faker?
That sounds right.
Yeah. So this is actually setting up our final round 5 of winners bracket matchup. All of the round 5 winners bracket matchups are already complete, except for the one between Kohrek and Name Faker. And then as far as the losers bracket goes, we've got a few races to get caught up.
Yeah, I didn't realize how these struck. Yeah, it looks like we should get a sub 225. I had it right the first time. I don't know, Ack. Do you think he can do Ganon in 2 minutes? Why is the timer different on his timer? The ZSR timer seems fast. Well, in any case, we'll get the time from IRC.
It might be because of like the resyncs or whatever. A minute delay on the restream. Oh.
There we go. That should be it. We have a 3-tile boss here. Yeah, so 224-22. We'll see if he gets in here. We'll see if Megawatt rejoins us. So there's Megawatt. And we'll get Kohrek in here probably in a second, I think. I'm not in the RC. All right, so there's Kohrek. Good game, Kohrek.
Thank you.
GG's, dude.
GG's Megawatt. Sorry it went that way for you.
Yeah, I'll make sure it never happens again, but It's a once in a lifetime thing, hopefully.
Well, it's a twice in a lifetime for me, but this time I was prepared. So
And that's what I mean. Yeah. Next time I'll be prepared. I'll remember to actually mark my easy rupee farming entrances and whatnot. But this time I just got destroyed by it.
Yeah, Kohrek. Axe says that you have never let him forget a rupee farm you took from him.
yeah, so if you'll indulge me for a second, in the very first entrance tournament, my second time I was ever restreamed, I had a seed against Ak where Zora was hard required, and there were no rupees anywhere in tree pools or anything. He had the hook shot that time, but I like circled the entire Dark World. I tried to dig game. I lost money. Like I paid a fortune teller to just tell me something, and I don't know. It was a thing. So this time, like it, I definitely made note. I'm like, oh, okay, so it's like the same farm spot, but it's the 50 this time, and I almost forgot. But then I not where the rupees were, but I forgot about Zora, and I'm like, is this really what the seed is doing? All right, whatever.
Yeah, so I imagine that was the last logical location, maybe the last reachable location by any means.
Definitely
Yeah,
seemed that
absolutely.
way by the time I'd found it. Or, well, didn't find it, but knew by process of elimination that it had to be something there.
So I joined the commentary late. Maybe Jay Coper can go over a little bit how it went for you guys early before the rupee fiasco.
Yeah, like I was saying before, for the most part, a lot of the start of this race ended up with Kohrek and Megawatt kind of just doing a lot of the same things and retracing each other's steps. When Kohrek got up to Death Mountain through the Hookshot Cave and found Thief's Town with the boots, I thought that was something that might give him a big advantage for a little while, but then Megawatt got those within 5 to 10 minutes after that, so it was a little advantage, but not huge. The biggest difference early was Megawatt finding the Thieves' Town or Turtle Rock big chest first, but then not doing the bomb jump, which he's apparently never done before, and missing out on that glove and the Hera big key that were back there, whereas Kohrek found it, did the bomb jump, and got that glove much earlier. So that glove let Kohrek get to the point where we got stuck and had to do the money farm first, and then it was just a matter of I think at that point the lead was maybe like 2 or 3 minutes, something like that. And then Kohrek was prepared for the rupee farm, as you know, and Megawott wasn't, so that was kind of the end of it. And then we just spent a long time looking for a big key for Meyer.
So did you guys ever check the pedestal during your gameplay?
I did not.
Not at any point, no.
So we just saw in the credits a rupee horde on the pedestal.
This game
Makes
sucks.
sense.
This game sucks, dude. I'm dropping out of the tournament. No, I'm not.
Yeah, I mean this was a tough one, and this was a very unique seed. It really, having Zora be hard required and blocking, everything, all the Y items essentially, most of them anyway, without any rupees being available anywhere. That's a rarity.
Yeah, so I don't see it on your tracker, Kohrek, but there are 270 rupees in that room to the east of the Crystal Roller room. Was that available for you at the time that you were farming rupees?
Perhaps, but I don't. I never remember that. I think I remember the first time I tried to go there, I couldn't figure out how to get in there, so I never actually went back for it.
Yeah, they're actually there are 3 little blobs that you have to find. You have to trigger them and kill them and push a block and pull a tongue. So you almost have to have been in there before to know how to do it. And then you have to contend with 3 rollers.
So I have a question for you guys. How surprised were you when the seed, it gave you the Master Sword, and then you found that last connector, which led you to the Desert Big Key? I mean, how surprised were you when the Desert Big Key just didn't give any progression? Because that was pretty surprising for me.
Yeah, I was pretty surprised by that.
And I'm like, okay, we're going to get progression in one of these 2 spots. I'm going to get to Lambo because he's a little bit easier than the big chest. And yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, and then I was lost at that point. I completely forgot about Zora, and obviously that was the answer. So,
and like I said, I forgot for a second too. I was on my menu for a second, but it clicked for pretty quickly.
Right. But thanks, guys. That was interesting, if nothing else. So,
Megawatt falls down to the loser's bracket and will face Frame, and Kohrek moves on to, I think, face Name Faker.
That is correct.
Got any thoughts about that, Kohrek?
I mean, not really. He just recently started playing, as far as I know, and he's done really well in this tournament. So we'll look forward to the matchup.
So, unless you guys have anything else, good game again to both of you. And I think we will turn it over to a ZSR person, whoever that is, to wrap us up.
All right, guys. Thanks for the commentary and everything. And Megawatt, I'm sorry that went that way, but thanks for the race, dude. GG.
I'm sorry I forfeited halfway through. I really wish I could have finished, but there was absolutely no willpower left in me when I did forfeit.
Okay. Well, GG's to both runners. Good luck to you in both of your upcoming matches. And I guess just a quick announcement about some upcoming matches. So tomorrow we have 2 matches, both loser bracket round 4 matches. Dante versus Prior 57 at 6 p.m. Eastern. And Act the Balker versus SAGTG at 1 minute short of midnight on Sunday as well. So we're always looking for volunteers. So here's the link to the Discord. And I guess that's pretty much it. Gonna wrap things up. Just like to thank Jay Coper for doing commentary tonight, and also Heike Type for coming in as well, and also our trackers Itsu Demo and Tommeltouch 13.
Yeah, a special thanks to our trackers who I have often overlooked.
Okay, and I guess we'll call it a night. So thanks again, everyone, and we'll catch you later. Bye.
Thanks, everyone.